Well, crap. Good morning, folks. We're doing another Erie Canal section today, this morning. I got here a little early. So, we're at a parking lot. It's according to the sign, it's like a quarter-mile hike to the next spot where we continue on after that road drive, so we'll do that. Now it's fall and the sun comes up later and later. And my clocks are still set for summer, so at least it gives us time to get to the where we left off last time, and by that time hopefully the sun will be up. But part of the trail's on the closed portion of that 46, so that might hamper some things, but I don't know, we'll know when we get to that problem. So this is the Empire State Trail, and what the... It's a little creepier at night. Here's... Oh yeah, I can get over here a little more. Oh yeah, this camera doesn't like night. Where'd the car just go? Alright, let's get back to where we were and we'll continue the video there. There's a bunch of signs and stuff here. There's somebody camping over here. It is a camping parking spot. Not for camping, but it is a pull-off. It says parking. So you can park your RV here and stay the night, I guess. So, you know, parking spot's a parking spot. You can park here overnight is what I'm trying to say. Again, it's early in the morning, brain don't function well. Only in the morning? What the fuck? Oh, crap. They got me. You're on the trail before sunrise. Anyway, it's only an ambulance. That's good news either. That's any better. I'm gonna start the video here. Never seen one of those ambulances before. Huh. So we're almost at the trailhead. Sun didn't come up too much. So I'm only gonna go to this billiard out here because this road up here with the red light and the traffic, it's two state roads, heavily trafficked. So what I'll do is I'll get over here to this billiard, show you where we left off so you can confirm where the road drive ended. This is where we are now. Alright, from here, Route 31, Fowl Trails Canal Road, 2.2 miles. So that road drive is 2.2 miles. So, we're on 46 now. And 31 is the state roads. So there's the canal and the bridge. Now you see the road will continue. We get close to this road and, well, I'm not tempting fate today. So our road drive is just on the other side of that bridge. So we pretty much come up to that intersection over here, drive across the bridge and get on to 46, and there's the trail all the way up through 46. So here we are. What's the site say? 0.5 miles to next crossing. That's it? Okay. 11 minutes walking. Alright. New York State Route 46. Durhamville, New York. I didn't realize you weren't looking at the sign. I was trying to read it and not look through the camera's thing, so here we are. Here we go. Continuing on. The Empire State Trail. So that's where we are. Oh, poor car just got the red light. So yeah, in the daytime, you know, I'm here early, so even today, it's Saturday and it's still this busy. So, and it's only 6:30 in the morning. Yeah, it's 6:30 in the morning right now. You never know it. So yeah, less talking, more walking. Continuing on. Now it looks like a little further up too, there's also going to be another, we'll call it a road drive. You can walk the trail, but for me, after doing this section, I'll drive the next section. Seems how the trail is paralleling. I don't know, we'll have to see when we get there, but and also the consideration for the road drive is there is no parking in between, so whereas there's parking at this end, there's parking at the other end, and you got a whole long stretch that there is no parking, so kind of considering a road drive. Back up a couple. And there's that sign for the parking lot I'm parked in right now. Again, it's too early in the morning for this. There you go. Got one more trail to finish up in the Adirondacks, and then I'm probably pulling out of there for hunting season. So we'll focus more on this trail. And it looks like we're getting pretty close to being on the actual Erie Canal itself that is still in use. So we'll see how close we can get to that today. Like I said, there's a couple of road drives. But I don't know this until I get there, so. Beautiful morning. No, it's gonna get like 82 degrees today. Right now it's 61, so cold enough where you don't need a sweater, but what? Cold enough? Man, it hurts. Warm enough where you don't need a sweater, but you know, it's got a chill to the air, so I'm wearing a sweater. But you don't really need it once you get going here. Another thing I want to point out is the difference here. Last week, I did another section of the Browns Track Trail up in the Adirondacks, and leaves are starting to change, right? We're down here in Rome, New York, Syracuse area. Well, within a couple miles, I guess. Nothing's changed yet. There's no color on any of these trees. Except for that one. So, just showing you an example here. That's how much different the Adirondack is compared to the valley of Verona. The trees haven't even started changing color yet, but as you've seen in the other video, in the Adirondacks I did, Browns Track Trail. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I did so many trails this year I can't remember. I'm not even sure if that's the right name, but anyway, the trees are already starting to change color. So between here and there is about a distance of 50 miles. Down here we're in lower elevation. The Adirondacks is a mountain. Yeah, mountain, I guess. Appalachian chain of mountains, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Either way, it's in elevation. We're down here, it's a valley. Anyway, back to the trail. We're almost back to our parking area. Again, I'll get through here. I'll come back to the car and get the... There's a lot of information signs and stuff there. Oh! Forgot about this. Mile marker. Mile marker 24.12. Seemed like nice. So long ago, I was so happy to get to 12. And now we're at 24. 12 miles to go. And that is 12 miles to the actual active canal. So, we'll get into locks and stuff for sure. Because where this trail ends, you have to cross a lock, it looked like, to get to the other side. And continue the trail eastbound. Again, I call it shut down for hunting season. I don't like to be in the woods during that time. Yeah, right now my area is bombarded with fishermen because salmon season started last weekend. So all the salmon fishermen are, yeah, at that time of year, you know what I mean? Tourists. So, salmon season is almost in full swing here shortly. So it's good to get out of the house. Get out of town when you can. Not complaining, but it's just, you know, how it is with traffic and driving. Oh, it took me a minute to figure out what was going on over there. I don't know. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that, or if there's a leak, or it's just on the other side of that cornfield. None of my concern. Somebody will see it. The house is right there, so. Hey, Grandpa, the well sprung a leak again. Those darn artesian wells. Here's this little picnic area. Again, it's a pull off up on Route 46. Keeping my voice down a little bit because there's a house and an RV parked over there. Oh, I gotta cross the road. Is that the road crossing they're talking about? Uh-oh. I didn't realize this road was here. I got a map in the car, but I don't really feel like going over there to get it. Yeah, you can pull off, have barbecue if you want. Nice little parking area. I'll read the blue sign. Rest area improvements by Jacob Fops. This one's gonna have to be a pause and read. Yeah, I'll show you this now before the sun gets too far up, because next time I come through, the sun will probably be right there and block it out with light. So I might as well look at this now. Oh my God, I can't see it. Oh, it's too much. I'll have to read it to you, I guess. Construction of the Erie Canal began at Rome on July 4th, 1817, to take advantage of the long level. That portion of the canal between Utica and Salina, now Syracuse, was planned first because there were relatively few obstructions and because the level surface required no locks. In October 1819, the 98-mile section between Utica and Seneca River was completed, and the first boat traveled from Rome to Utica. Paragraph 2. It's becoming an audiobook. The state-financed Erie Canal was constructed by local contractors who used their ingenuity to build a canal across New York, and largely a wilderness. The 363-mile canal was 40 feet wide and 4 feet deep. 83 locks took it over different land levels. The canal was hailed as the foremost engineering achievement of the time. Paragraph 3. When finished in 1825, the Erie Canal became the main route between the Atlantic Ocean and the Great Lakes. Western New York flourished with cheap new transportation. The canal ensured the place of New York City as the nation's greatest port and city, and it hastened the development of the Midwest. Paragraph 4. The modernized state barge canal system, consisting of the Erie, Champlain, Oswego, and Cayuga-Seneca canals, was completed in 1918. Department of Public Works, Education Department, State of New York. I need a drink of water. Thank you for listening to this audiobook. This will tell us exactly the length of the next section, hopefully, so this might be the road drive. I'm not sure. I'll know in a minute. Take a look at this bridge. Miles Road, Durhamville, New York, and Oneida County. 0.6 miles. No, I could do that. 0.6 miles. Now when it gets up to 6.8 miles to the next crossing, then it's going to be a little bit of a difficult challenge. Because I got to walk back, remember. Oh yeah, it's a nice little bridge. Okay, else on the other side here. Get out of the road before the car gets here. Yeah, this is not our road drive, so yeah, I knew that car was coming down this road. Oh, somebody's standing on that bridge. The only car all morning. Keep walking. Not your concern about the weight limits on that bridge. Another thing I factor in road rocks is what I'm doing right now. If I can't see the canal and there's a road with residential area on the other side, what's the point of walking it? You drive to the next section, I mean, you can't see anything over here anyway, and you got houses and residents on the other side. It saves the viewer time. It saves my energy for the next actual walking of it, especially if there's nothing interesting along the way. Now if there's a cool viaduct or something, then it'd be worth the walk, but if it's just going from point A to point B 3 miles, you can't see anything. Houses and everything on this side. I mean, yeah, if you're biking through, yeah, I mean, no problem, but for me doing these videos, who wants to see me and there's nothing to see. So that's another consideration for the road travels. Like the other option there, the last one we did, there was no trail or anything, so you had to either walk in the road or, but here in this case, if it's overgrown and there's nothing to see on the other side, why worry about it? Nothing of interest. Oh, cool power lines. You know, I'll show you when we get up here. This is our next crossing. Will be the actual road I'm gonna think about driving down. If nothing's too interesting, I mean, nothing's on the map. I Google mapped it the whole way. Google Street Viewed it. So that's how I know there's gonna be houses on this side, and you got the trail, and then the canal is gonna be like this. So that's another factor I have to account for my personal fitness and well-being and everything else. So it's a sketchy walking these power lines, but the more of this we get done. Again, right now there's nothing really happening. I got nothing over here. The canal's over here. Got a cornfield meet going on over here. You got electric zappers up here. Why am I worrying about this section? It's the stuff you don't see. You don't know if deer are gonna come out of the cornfield. You don't know what's gonna happen, so. Now right here, this pole, we wouldn't have seen this. This is an old sign. State of New York hunting, trapping, and carrying of firearm prohibited in this park. I mean, how old is this sign? It matches the telephone pole. I wouldn't have noticed it if National Grid didn't put in this brand new one next to it with ribbon hanging off it. See, it's stuff like that. That sign's been there a while, it looks like. For all I know, it could have been there decades when they put this trail through here. I don't know when it was built, so. Just some of the things you see. Wow, I could get excited about power poles. Who would have thought? I see our next crossing up there, actually. So, yep, that's exactly what it is. Way up there. So that's where we'll eventually end up. Again, you can't see anything over here. You can't see anything over here. At least it ain't things looking at you on the way by. Over there, like, you know, houses. So, just me and the children of the corn. We are kind of close to the railroad. Not close, but close enough where I could hear the Gevos running. So that's the train. Oh look, the sun's coming up. It's that time of year where the sun's coming up and the moon's still out. Welcome to fall, folks. There's the moon and there's the sun. Well, this ain't as close as we're at in April. Hey, you can already see the subdivision coming up, so that's what it is. Subdivision. Was that a train horn? I can't hear all the traffic. That's a sad state road, so. I did check the train dar on the way down, and yeah, there's nothing around here. Nothing spectacular for trains anyway. So we're hiking trail day. It's gonna be an all-day trail day. Oh yeah, this is condensed. I mean, population I'm talking about. Yeah, I'll probably do a road drive instead. Can't see what's down in there. A little creek or something. Yeah, it's a mile to the next crossing. So this will probably be a road drive. As you see, it's population, so yeah, let's do that. So yeah, here we are. All right, well. Hear that Gevo whining down there? Just a reminder, hey, trains are happening. I don't know if you hear the train horn over the traffic. It's yelling outside. Part of the trail ain't too enthusiastic. You can't see the canal. It's gonna be traffic the whole time, the noise. But you can hear a train over there, so. We're still pretty close to the railroad. I thought the trail split further away from it, but I know it comes back close to it in Oriskany, but that's on the main Erie Canal. That's the active part, it looked like, so I don't know, we'll see when we get there. But like I said, oh, there's something in that corn. Let's see, it's about 3 miles, maybe 5 miles out. The moon's still stalking us up there. And my shadow's still stalking us over here. Oh. Freight train stalking you in the corn. Feel like you're being stalked much? Guess we're a quarter mile from the parking lot. Yeah, not much to see out there either. Alright folks, that's going to be it for this section of the trail. Next section will be a short road drive. So, yeah, well, thanks for sticking in it with me. So, wasn't much to see on this portion, but, you know, it has its ups and downs. But, you see it as I see it, is all I'm going to say. Cross this bridge again. Oh wow, I thought those were deer eating the grass over there. From here it looks like deer eating grass. So we just seen the deer crossing here when we got on this trail here. Alright, well, the bridges are nice to check out if there's no traffic coming. Still got the old stonework. And this one here is like sloped as you come into this bridge. And why the guardrail extends all the way over there, I don't know. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. Apples, why is there? Over here it's a more modern abutment. And over here it's like, oh, original. So obviously this bridge is built after the fact, the canal. Let's look at how wide the canal is here. The abutment starts here. It's definitely would have been wider. So this was put in after the fact. Seems how the abutment looks more recent than the stonework. Kind of gives it away as well. Oh, it's just me and the motorhome. Still. Popular trail, huh? Oh, what was that? Well, again, if you're biking it, then it's no problem. But walking it, yeah, I wasn't too impressed, but, you know, it is what it is. Dumbarton Road is the name of this road. There's the canal all filled in and stuff, so. Here we go. Road drive. So instead of walking all that, this is me riding a bike, I guess. So this is Dumbarton Road. There's your next mile marker. Hey, mile marker. Bye, mile marker. I'm gonna say I'm gonna guess you're 25 out of 11 or something like that. We're riding our bike at 28 miles an hour. I mean, not much to see. Residents over there. This is it. This is what you're looking at. So, There's supposed to be a little park up here, Verona Town Park or something, so... Oh yeah, okay. At least that's accurate. So this will be our next parking area. So I'm going to check this area out because I don't know how, I didn't see how to access this park, but that's the road drive. So there you go. Off to our next intersection where the trail is right here. See, this thing Google Maps won't show you is parking because it shows you the town buildings are over here. I hear people talking. There's parking lot over here, I guess. Maybe I can park over here. I don't know. It doesn't say I can't park over there. Park closes at dark. I think I could park over here. Let me get this figured out. Yeah, so I guess it's a parking lot. So this building's been revamped because it looked like it was a town barn with bay doors, but I guess that's no longer because the town offices and everything, town stuff, everything town related is over. Well, here I am explaining it. Town offices and everything are right around the corner, and then I knew about the park, but this was a maintenance garage. So I wonder if they revamped it, and this is now a parking lot. It looks like it doesn't say that you can't park here. All it says is park closed at dark, and that's the Verona Town Park. So where else can you park? I mean, the courthouse and everything's over there. Either way, this is where we are. Somebody can obviously correct me in the comments, but no parking sign on this side. So yeah, it's a little confusing. Got a menagerie of signs here. I'm going to cross the road and see what the road crossing is. The next road crossing is how much mileage that is. New trail. Oh, that's a nice little handmade sign. So yeah, there's our road drive. The sun's right in the right in my eyes where I want to show you. 8 minutes. 0.3 miles. Germany Road. 0.39 miles is our next crossing. Again, another old-fashioned, really old bridge. And yeah, courthouse, town of Verona stuff. So I like the little sign here. It's a circle. Unique. McConnellsville. I keep thinking of McConnellsville, PA, for those that rail fan. No, we have a McConnellsville, New York. Oh, speaking of trains, you can hear my thoughts again. The microphone on this camera, holy crap. You say train and then, oh, I'm thinking of a train. Honk, honk. Jokes just get stupider from here, folks. I'm sorry, it's what happens when you go senile. It's what happens when you age. Here's the canal itself. Not much going on in it. What might be a rail crossing on this road? Some of the original stonework and the new concrete. Just, the canal would have been wider. Now I want to go over here and check out this placard. Yeah, there's a historic marker on the side of the road. But again, me no likey busy roadie. And of course, where there's an information placard, there's a house right next to it, so I really can't show you. So let me read it. I'll jaywalk, kind of, literally. I'm looking this way and walking left as cars approach. Stark's Landing. Here, pause it, quick. Quicker, time's up. So. Again, I know it's mentioned in a lot of other videos. Follow these signs. If you're in doubt, look for those signs. They're right, almost every intersection. And it's a little faded, but you want to see this in better light, like in the afternoon. There's a nice little mural over here. I don't know what this building is. I guess it's part of the town as well. I'm guessing a tribute to the canal back in the day. So we've been across one of those bridges way back at the beginning of the series. Yeah. Horses towing the boat. Love the small village, small town feel. Verona Food Pantry. Yeah, so I guess you can park here. If not, you can park on the other side next to the power towers. I don't see any other access into this area back here. Because it's town barn and everything over there, and over here it's all business, courthouse, stuff like that. And they still have this stuff. Things from childhood nightmares exist here. Get one of those going at high speed, see what happens. Again, courthouse and everything else. So. Through the access. Huh. Oh, I'm looking, sorry. I'm checking things out. I'm totally distracted right now. Yeah, this is like a time capsule from 20 years ago kind of feel. The old style playground equipment. I thought that stuff was outlawed. I guess you have to park where that tractor trailer thing is. There's no... I don't know, again, if anybody knows anything about this area, comment down below on where you would be able to park. I mean, if they have a day game or something going on, and Monday through Friday, of course, the courthouse and the town buildings and the town barn, which is over there, and there's no other place to park except over there. So I'm sure they don't want you blocking usual business for your courthouse. So I don't know, just baffling. Kind of feels like it's, you know, they don't use it anymore, and Well, here, we can use this parking lot for the town offices now. I don't know. Still like the old school charm though. Time capsule kind of feel to it. Well, other than that, it looks like we got not much going on up here. I already see the next intersection, so I'm gonna have to think about if I'm gonna continue on or not. Depends on how long this next road is. Next part. That's my marker. 26 and 10. Again, the last one we passed was on the drive. the road. The road drive. And now we're getting into some population here, so. Our next road crossing's right up here, so. Of course, it'd be next to a house. I'm probably gonna palm cam. What the hell? Step on that? It's the next road crossing. Alright, our next road is a mile away. Old stonework along the road here, so makes me wonder if State Route 46 was actually there when they built the canal. Well, not in its present form, but there must have been something there from the wall up that side of the creek, or the canal. You can see, yeah, well, here you'll see in a minute. So what's the purpose of the stonework if that wasn't significant up above it? Leads me to suspect that a road was there. Clearly they had a purpose of putting stonework up, so something had to have been there. At first the pine trees caught me because they were straight in a row, and then I looked over here and it looked like there may have been something off this way. There's like a clearing, like it almost looked like it was man-made. Again, you have to be here to see it in person, but there's something over here. comes down into here, and it looks like it went right here. Under here, and it would have met the canal here. Canal's right here. So, if anybody knows what would have entered the canal, and up through here, there's like, it's an abandoned creek, it looks like. I mean, it doesn't have any water or anything in it, but it's definitely looks man-made. And you can't really see it with the foliage, but you can see it real good right here. You can kind of look down through there and see it. I'll move around a little bit so you get depth perception. See, there's like a clearing right there, briefly. Big trees on this side, big trees on that side. Something went that way. And it looks man-made. If anybody wants to comment down below, you can kind of see it there. So it's, whatever it is, it's not in use now. Again, if you're walking, looking around, I wouldn't have noticed that if I wasn't looking over and going, oh, look at these trees. They're all in a straight line. Those are planted, and then, wait a minute, this don't look right either. Or maybe canal was feeding water for whatever was going on over there. I don't know. It's a lot of questions. See, now it's way over there, and you won't see it again. There's a ditch here. Got a ditch. And a ditch. You'd almost think this was a old abandoned rail bed, but it's not. So, I mean, ditch, canal, straight section. No, it's a towpath. There's talks about Watertown, the Black River Trail. There's talks about making that 2 miles longer. So we'll have to do another section of that when they get it built. Keep checking up on these places. Thompson Park's getting new trails put in this year. They started that this month, earlier this month, putting new trails in. So we'll be venturing back up there again later when that's complete. Mosquitoes here are horrendous. Keep that in mind if you stop and expect mosquitoes. Which I'm surprised you're out, but they're out. Can't stop and stare too long. Keep moving along, boys, keep moving along. What's opening up over here? When I get a clear view out there, I'll show you stuff, but I gotta wait for a clear view out there. It's nothing spectacular, but there's questions being raised. Just an old farmer's field. Not much to look at. The sun's right in my eyes, but if you want to see a field, there you go. I'll try to get another back look at it when I get in the other direction of the sunlight. there's cows up here. I heard a cow move, so there's an active farm up here somewhere. So that's probably what that was, a pasture. Two pastures and a cornfield. All in a row. Not sure what that is. Definitely looks like a trail marker. We gotta be pretty close to the end of the section here. I hear the road, the next road. Yep, I see it now. No, that's something. That's something else. No, we have been a mile. We would have passed the mile marker. Questions are being raised. Rather have questions being raised, and not concerns. But there definitely is a road close by. We're going to be crossing, so we'll know when we get there. We'll know when we get to that road. So what do we have here? It's like a bridge of some sort. Doesn't make sense as of this moment. Yeah, this makes no sense to have this even here. Now, what's going on here? It's drainage. I don't know. It's weird. Because there's a level, there's another level, there's another level, there's another level. It's put in back in the canal days. So water at one point was definitely coming through here. So I could only think of runoff. There's no creek or anything on this side. You can't really see anything on that side. It's been the theme on this part of the trip. Yeah, there's nothing over there. Not a dry creek bed or anything. Huh. Weird. Why not put a culvert in? Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be like a culvert because there's actually a little bit of a slope on all these fields all the way down through there. So maybe if it, well, it would have been put to the test back when Debbie came through, that tropical storm Debbie, hurricane, whatever it was, wiped us out. Big Deborah there that destroyed my rail line. So that probably got put to the test, but yeah, something like that came through and it had a lot of rain. It allowed it out of the fields, would have them all sloped and everything. Snow melt. Probably would come to the edge of this trail and then flow out that whatever it was back there. Anyway, at the end of the trail. Alright, so that's going to do it for this section. So we're going to look for a little pull off and think about my opinions, and we'll carry it down there. I didn't realize I was walking in somebody's backyard, and oops. So, not much to see on the canal itself, but as I said, this is getting closer to the main event, as you can say. Collins Road. I'm not seeing any pull off. This could be a problem. You got another mile to the next crossing, so I'm gonna have to stop here anyway. So that's pushing it for today. Oh boy. Yeah, this is I'm gonna have to go to the furthest end and then walk back, I guess. So that would do it for this section. I gotta do some figuring because it's a mile to get to this point, and the other side's another mile to get to this point. So, and assuming that other side has a pull off. Actually, let's check this out. I don't like that idea either. Yeah, this road's too busy. There's no spot anywhere. I thought about maybe pulling off the shoulder over here by the guardrail. I don't know. I don't trust it. I'll have to figure something out. So, I kind of think I could pull off over here, but that's the only place. And this road being so busy, there's just no other way to do it. There's nothing on the other side of the other road to really get safe doing this safely. I'll have to drive up and see what the next intersection looks like if there's a pull off. Can't do it on this side of the road. That side's too sloped down and it's private property, and over here you get the trail and the mailbox. So, and there's no other side street. It's all private drives. All right, well, here's where we stand. Collins Road. And everything on the other side of the road's sloped down as well. Alright, well, here we are. We're going to turn around and head back. Hope you enjoy this part of the trail. And I got some B-roll to do on the way back. And thanks for watching. Yeah, now that the sun ain't blinding me, there is kind of a ditch right here that I didn't see before. Now the sun's out of my eyes. So that's probably what it's for. It's a ditch. Yeah, that's definitely okay. So that's what that's for up here. Flood control. The field's all sloped down. There's a ditch. Yep, right there. There's a ditch along this, we'll call this the right of way. Ditch, field that comes up. So probably so the water can flow out. So if the canal floods, the steps might be to prevent the canal from coming in to the field. I don't know. I didn't design the place. I'm not an engineer. That's what I can think of. Again, comment down below if you know what's going on, because I certainly do not. I'm just a guy aimlessly wandering around with a video camera filming an abandoned canal. Oh. Man, those diesel cows are loud. They still. Diesel cows. There you go. That's what a Jeepo is. You should say that in the next video. Nobody will have an idea what you're talking about. Hey! That train's got a diesel cow on it. Just like horses are hay burners. Just like cars are gas guzzlers. I'm wondering how long this farm has been here. because there's that little, at the beginning of the video, I was like looking through that clearing. Look at this, it looks like, you know, like this went off somewhere, explaining that clearing through the woods. I wonder if this farm was here back then. And that used to be where the, you know, before this was even here. That's where all that would have went, where it went on the canal. Oh, I don't know, never mind. I'm not thinking clearly. But still, if that farm was here and that was drainage originally, was that trench back in the forest, and then the canal came in. Diesel cows are getting louder. Tell them to keep the noise down. Blends in so well I can't see it. Should be looking right at it. There you are. What kind of cloud is that? Whew. Going back in the Sherwood Forest here. Sherwood Creepy Forest. Finally passed my first pedestrian of the whole time I've been here since sunup. What, you talking? Well, good news is this is the only real bad section with the noise pollution from traffic. As we turn off this road here, probably another episode or two we'll be on a different road, so you won't at least have the traffic noise to deal with. Just this stretch along 46. Yeah, see, there's that ditch down here, so that's probably what that is back there. Because you got this ditch here, probably runs along the field, and that's the outflow. So if everything gets too swamped and full of water, there's a place for it to go. Which I'm surprised there's no culvert at this end. As I showed you at the start of the video, and I was like, what's going on here? And I showed you where it comes under the thing. Why didn't they put a bridge there at either end? I don't know. A little bit of a tip I'm going to give out. On the way back to the car, I needed to use the restroom, so I'm like, oh, ballpark. Well, that building right there. If the door is open, I'm looking at buildings. Oh, this one's got a door open. Walked up there, sure enough. So, in the event of emergency for bathroom break, if the door is open, restrooms are open in that building there. So, with that being said, yeah, just a little tip for you.